Hey everybody, welcome to Zach's Live Trader. I'm Dave Bartosiak. Woo, what a day. We already had our premium stream here for Micron. That went fantastic. That's going to be a good one. They're going to report after the market closes tomorrow. But now, why don't we talk a little Constellation Brands, okay? So we're going to do Constellation Brands today, and then tomorrow we're going to do Yum Brands. And if I could find another company that ends in brands, I'd probably do that this week too. But we're just going to do these two here. And then, of course, Friday for the premium guys. Well, maybe Thursday. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. That review of the trades of the previous week. We did that last week. I gave it to you guys on Friday. If you don't have it, that's on the premium stream, of course, where I cover all the trades, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the previous week. We're going to do the same thing this week. Get you guys rip-roaring and ready to rock for the trading day Friday, as these options all expire on Fridays. But nothing has expired this Friday because that's just how we planned it. Remember, guys, we're here on the free stream, but if you want access to that premium stream, you want access to the awesome companies like Micron when I put together those trades, and if you want the follow-up video to the trades we put on during the day, you got to be a member of Zach's Live Trader. It's only $9.99 a month. That's nothing. Shoot me an email, livetrader@zax.com. I'd love to tell you all about it, tell you about the fun stuff we're doing here, give you the education so that you can be an options trader one day too, just like Grandma. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and dig into the price consensus and EPS surprise chart here on zax.com for Constellation Brands. So let's take a look at the black line here. That represents the price. That corresponds to the right y-axis. The little green arrows are earnings beats. The little red arrows don't exist. No, there's one, two, one, two. Two earnings misses. And then these multicolored lines represent the evolution of our Zach's consensus estimate over time. Now, if this doesn't show you the power of EPS, I don't know what does. Look at the steady growth year over year coming from Constellation Brands and the stock just marching upwards towards the heavens. This was an $18 stock a few years ago, and look at where we're at now. Unbelievable. Just Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven style spectacularness for shares of Constellation Brands. Death, taxes, and a Constellation Brands beat. That's what we're talking about. Guaranteed. Okay, so it's not guaranteed. They've had a couple misses here, right? And they're doing a little bit of restructuring, possibly. They're going to sell off their Canadian unit. But they should make a few bucks on it. They're talking about 12 times forward EBITDA, tomato, however you want to say it. EBITDA, that's how I'm saying it. So they're hoping to get a few bucks for that. It looks like $1 billion, more than $1 billion for that business. And analysts don't really think it's going to make an impact on EPS in the short term. So we'll have to see how that pans out here. But let's see what the analysts do have to say about Constellation Brands by taking a look at our detailed estimates page, also on zax.com. You see we have it as a Zax rank number 2 buy right now. Value style score of D, growth C, momentum A. They're going to report before the market opens on Wednesday. That's why we're talking today, because you got the rest of the trading day today, and then you got some time tomorrow to go ahead and make your move ahead of earnings. The top 14% of our Zax industry rank. That means there's some bullish behavior, not just for Constellation Brands, but for the rest of the sector. We've got one aggressive analyst here over the last week increasing their earnings estimates for the current year, current quarter, and next year. There's been 2 people that have followed suit over the last 60 days for the current year and for next year. But the impact to the overall consensus estimate was muted, right? We've been at $1.66 for the current quarter. We've been at $1.73 for next quarter. Up a penny for the year, up a penny for next year. Look at this move, though, from 634 to 720. Okay, that's a lot of beer. It's a lot of beer. Okay. Now, of course, the surprise history, I was joking about how they always beat, but I mean, this is pretty good, right? 3-cent beat last quarter, a nickel before then, 13 cents a quarter. So the beats are getting smaller, though. The beats are getting smaller. But again, still, Zac's ranked number 2 buy, so the analysts are pretty bullish on it, right? And you saw that price consensus and EPS surprise chart, nice upward stepping up, looking good, right? So really, what we have to decide is heading into this, what do we think about this, right? So what I'm going to do, as I do always, I'm going to take a look at the options chain here on Constellation Brands. We're going to put together a couple things. One, going to put together a bullish trade for if you are truly bullish on the underlying. Then I'm going to take a look at a bearish trade. So if you think that maybe this thing's getting a little top heavy here up at 168, 170, you can go ahead and put on a nice little bearish trade on your own. And then in my humble opinion, I'm going to go ahead and tell you which one of those trades I think is going to work out the best. Now, we do a few of these every week. This is part of our Zac's Investment News YouTube page, which I'm glad you guys are there. There's over 7,000 of you subscribed to our YouTube channel there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing. Glad to see you, right? Even though I can't see you, I'm staring into a camera. But remember, we're going to do one of these premium videos each week. That's going to be part of our Zac's Live Trader service, something you can only get on our Zac's Live Trader channel, as well as the follow-up video that we're going to have. Any questions, comments, concerns, you want to hear more about it, livetrader@zacs.com, livetrader@zacs.com. Shoot me an email. I'll tell you all about it, and it's going to be fun stuff, all right? Maybe I'll even shoot you last week's good, bad, and the ugly, so you can see how we did. I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and dig into the options chain here. So, as always, what I like to do is I like to take a look at the front month, right? And go at the money. And this helps me decide what the market is pricing in. So, at about 165, what you do is you take the cost of the put and the cost of the call and just add them up. So 440 on the call plus 372 on the put. That's $8.12. Divide that by the strike price of $1.65. Pretty much 5% is the move that we're looking at here. So about an $8 holler is what we're pricing in here on Constellation Brands. $8. So basically, the market right now is expecting to see Constellation Brands move $8 as a direct result of this earnings report, okay? Now, trading 165, right? So let's just go ahead and take our 165 and add and subtract 8, okay? So that means the bottom end of the range, we're basically looking at 157. And the top end of the range, we're looking at 173. So now I'm going to take a look at this options chain and see the options close to that, what sort of activity we have. So that's essentially just under 175 and 157. So I'm just to the either side of both of these. And I like to see what our open interest is. So that's kind of the total amount of outstanding contracts there are out there, what's rolling around. The daily volume, that's how many of these contracts have traded today. So you like to see a little meat on the bones. I like to see numbers like this. Again, volume on the put side here, 1394. Open interest, 3,700 contracts there. Okay, so we got some decent sort of healthy volume. And of course, the at the money, we've got plenty of stuff going on there too. Okay. So now, with Constellation Brands, we've seen how the stock has kind of putted out close to that a little over that 170 level, okay? And we see the earnings estimates have kind of held up. All right, now, usually I do my bullish trade first and my bearish trade second. I'm gonna flip it on its head this time, just to keep you on your toes. Let's talk bearish trades first, okay? Now, a couple of ways to do these bearish trades. And in the early days here at Zach's Live Trader, we've been trying to keep it simple. So the strategies that we've put together is we've done bullish and bearish call spreads, bullish and bearish put spreads, and iron condors, essentially, and a strangle, and I think we've done a straddle. Okay, so that's basically it so far, right? Eventually, we're going to get more complicated, get into some more advanced strategies, but early on, I just kind of want to show you guys the ropes. We can learn a little bit about these options, see how they work. So that's what I'm going to kind of stick with. So there's a lot of people who go, oh, hey, what about a, triple butterfly with a backflip, triple Lindy, on a Tuesday, like, take it easy, all right? I know there's much more advanced things that we could talk about, and they sound a lot cooler. I could do multi-leg strategies. It's fantastic. We're sticking to the basics here, okay? Just showing how you can make a few bucks trading one way or the other, all right? Not claiming to be the most advanced options trading course on the earth, okay? We're having fun. We're learning about these. We're talking about stocks. It's fun stuff, okay? It's a way to leverage yourself without being over-leveraged and losing your shirt, okay? We're rolling the dice on these. Feel free to one-lot trade these. I tell everybody that. It's no big deal. One lot, throw a few $100 at it. If it blows up, it blows up. If it doesn't, hey, you made some money, but you're not going to put your retirement or your livelihood at risk, okay? All right. That was my disclaimer. Now, if I am bearish, rather than buying a put spread for a bear put spread, I'm going to sell a call spread for a bear call spread. All right? So, I think what I'm going to do here, if I am bearish on a bear call spread, let's do this. This sort of 150, 175 area, okay? Now, how does this trade work? What I would do is I would sell to open the 170 call for $2.10. Simultaneously, I would buy to open the 175 call for 80 cents. So that's going to cost me 80 cents to put that on, okay? So this is $1.30 that I'm going to get in premium in my pocket, okay? I have $1.30 in premium, all right? Now, the money that I'm going to have at risk, what I could possibly lose here, is going to be the difference in the strike prices, which is $5, minus that 130, okay? Just want to show you guys this. So that's $3.70 that I have at risk, okay? But if I can make 130 on it, that's 35%. Now, what has to happen for me to make 35% on this trade? Anybody? Audience? There's nobody in the audience. Shares of Constellation Brands would have to trade below $170 at expiration on October 21st. Okay, so if you're bearish, essentially you want this to go down, right? But if you noticed, the stock's at $165. So I can be bearish the stock, make 35% on this trade, and all I need is for Constellation Brands to not go up $5. Okay, the beauty of options, right? I don't have to be perfect on my directional bias. I could just say, hey, I hope it doesn't go up so much, and I can make money on this trade. Okay, so that's the bearish side of the equation. Now, to the bulls. Good luck at your first preseason game today there, D. Wade. That's right. That's right. Marquette alumni, Chicago Bulls own Dwayne Wade. All right. So what I'm going to do here is bullish on this. So I want to put on a bull put spread. So I'm going to go ahead. Here we go. Look at this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell this put spread to be on the bullish side. So selling that 165, I'm going to get 372 in premium, but I'm going to have to buy the $2 one. So that's $1.72. Okay, so I'll take in $1.72 in premium. Now, if you remember, the money that I'm going to have at risk is the $5 strike price minus that $1.72. So that is $3.28. So that means on this trade, I have the potential to clear my calculator out when I'm making calculations. 28. There we go, boys. All right. 52% on this side of the trade. Now, this is a good little learning point. Why on earth is my bullish call, which is short a put spread, paying me a much nicer amount than my bearish call spread? Well, the reason is, remember, Constellation Brands is trading at 165 right now. So the call spread that I end up selling as a bear was $5 away from the current price, right? So there's less risk of that happening, so my reward is smaller, right, essentially? Okay, now on the flip side, with the stock at 165, I don't have as much leeway here, right? So if I'm selling the 165 put and buying the 160 put, I need that stock to kind of tick up a little bit, right? Because it's got to be on the north side of 165 for me to make money and take in all that premium and profit, okay? So that's why one of them potentially 35%, the other one potentially 52%, okay? So that's why. Now, in my humble opinion, should I be bullish or should I be bearish on Constellation Brands? Maybe it's just a bullish day for me, but I'm going to be bullish on Constellation Brands because they beat earnings often. And I think they're going to beat earnings again. And that price consensus and EPS surprise chart is the type of thing that dreams are made of. I have strange dreams, I know. But money dreams, beer dreams, Constellation Brands, beard and beer. That's how you get a beard. Anywho, so I want you guys to go ahead and chime in and let me know what you think about this trade, okay? Were you bullish? Were you bearish? What side of this trade were you on? Why do you agree with me? Why do you disagree with me? Why do you hate my beard? Why do you love it? I don't care. Chime in. LiveTrader@Zacks.com. Let's talk. Spark up a conversation. Let me know what you guys want to see because tomorrow we're doing Yum Brands, and that's going to be tons of fun. And then Friday, we got the review, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Again, LiveTrader@Zacks.com. I want to tell you all about Live Trader and how it's going to be the best $9.99 you ever spent in your life. I will see you guys here tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Time for Yum Brands, right before I go on Bloomberg at 2:20. And I don't even think I'm going to talk Yum Brands. I'm going to have another trade for you guys that you can check out then. So here tomorrow, I expect to see every single one of you. Bring your mother too, and your cousin, and your father, and your brother, and come on back. Check me out, Yum Brands, tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Zach's Live Trader. Thanks, guys.